Welcome to the inaugural episode of Speed Order. Today we're doing a sub 8 minute 30 second run of MyHouse.wad. Now we're about to start just now. Starting with grabbing the chainsaw, opening the door to enter, but we hit it and quit it. That's the hit it and quit it maneuver because we want to set the trigger to activate the second trigger to enter the second house where the doors open realistically. We get the yellow fucking skull thing. We can eliminate these two guys. We get the shotgun. For some reason, I decided to go ahead and open the stick in advance, but I lose a couple seconds that way. I guess I just thought I would have too much of a head start. I also decided to kill this enemy for some reason right away. But as a consequence of my hubris, I am stuck in this particular area because of the pinky, and I have to wait multiple seconds, eliminating him. And I decide to eliminate the chain gunner for good measure. Anyway, I open the sink, I open this door, and I enter this room. I go to the right because I forget this is not actually the mirror attic, which means that I lose another second like an imbecile. But speaking of the mirror, we activate the sink here. I get stuck in the toilet, much like the many times I have diarrhea. But fortunately, we are now entering the mirror attic. What a great entry to get the two items. A bit of a troublesome re-entry downstairs. I shoot the imp a couple times just for good measure. Now it's time to go down into the room, up in the lower floor, eliminating this guy. We are entering the daycare at about 1 minute and 16 seconds. That is 10 seconds more than what I have gotten before, but we just have to soldier on. Get the crayons, open this door in the hopes of going through all of this without having to open it a second time, but it is too late. I had to open the door to this room a second time. Go out the door, forget that the room opens on the inside. Now we fight Shrek. This guy is the first big bottleneck of this playthrough. However, I discovered on this very playthrough itself that the range of his hurt box is actually bigger than you might realize. So it's important to hit him a little farther away than you'd expect so that you can hit him without reliably getting hit. Also, the shotgun automatically equipped because I was out of ammo, which made me lose a couple extra seconds, picking the fists instead. Ooh, what an awful pickup, the Pepsi, followed by getting stuck in two different pieces of furniture at the same time. Like a baby just about to trip and fall down the stairs into a sofa. Anyway, we get the rubber duck. We go into the pool and out, and the entire room, the entire building is flooded. There are children in Ethiopia who could be drowning in that water right now. What an awful waste of water in such a dangerous socioeconomic global climate. Anyway, we arrive into the pool. This part is pretty simple. We just go down this path. If you've already done this path a few times, you realize this is a reliable way to get all the way to the pool. We reach a mini bottleneck. We reach bottleneck 1.5. Going down this hole is very troublesome. We're able to do so. Normally, I would go out for air since I spent too much time getting into the hole, but I decided to be a little more daring. I have enough health to tank a couple of hits because this mod adds breathing mechanics into the water. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this game has breathing mechanics. Doom Guy is drowning as we speak, and as revenge, he gets himself stuck on this particular piece of wall, making me lose another 2 seconds. However, a smooth and move onto the platform without activating the trigger to make all of the meatball demons appear. That is the second big bottleneck of this playthrough. Anyway, we're here in Backrooms bullshit land. At this point, the playthrough is the speedrun's pretty much over. Those were the hardest parts done with. In any case, we go down this path, open this door so we can drop down the ledge and down another hole to get one of the first items in this area. However, as proof once again of my utter stupidity, I did not think to open this big door first, which makes me lose 2 extra seconds. However, I learned quickly from my moronic mistakes. I open that door and then I go open this door here because the first one we'll be able to get back to it later on, but not before we drop into this hole. Here we open this other path to get the second item in the area, which involves a strafe jump that he successfully lands. After that is just a question of avoiding the dog, running all the way back to get the third and final item, and then getting the fuck out of here. Way down the path, overshot the trajectory. Doomguy's momentum cannot be stopped. He is out of control of even the intrepid Mr. Disorder. Anyway, we go through this path and then up into the airport where we are going to make a beeline into the bathroom to activate the blood mirror incorrectly. We need to do it twice. Troglodyte. And then we acquired the BFG. We're gonna need that for later. But first, we get rid of these guys by pumping them full of fists. A surprisingly well done Demon Pinky execution there. We get the armor, which I realize is not actually all that necessary, so chalk that up as an extra 2-second time loss. Activate the plane. Jump out, leave the plane to its fate. That plane is going to land into the Pentagon. Anyway, we wake up at home, and it's time to go into the secret zone. Smooth landing on top of the room, of the plank specifically. And now we keep moving until we hear the musical cue that will let us know it's time to go in deeper. And here it is, right and the left. Then we make our way to the gas station. We want 3 things. First thing, we want the Slurpee machine. And then quickly make a beeline to the final object. The penultimate object, actually. Go in, hit it and quick once more. Forget that the room opens on the inside. Go into the mirror world. I forgot to take care of these enemies. That's another 2-second loss to get the wine bottle. We are a chronic alcoholic. And with this, we have all of the items necessary, which allows us to go into the Mirror Gas Station Zone Universe Land. And we go on the left side, because that is presumably faster. I sure hope that on subsequent playthroughs I don't realize that it was actually a lot faster to circle around on the right. That would be very embarrassing if that were the case. We skip past the gas station because there's nothing of interest in it for us. We just make a beeline straight towards the campfire. We open the door and reflect on the state of... no time for that. We would just unlock the the African-American Archvile. And now we need to run away. Because Black Fire... Woo! Now, this is the most uneventful part where we just make our way back. It allows us to really reflect on on the decisions we made, you know. On the, oh, wait, never mind. No time to think. We're back at the house. Now we need to make our way back into the bathroom to make our way back to the slightly more normal house. This zombie is in the way. I opened this door just to let the fresh breeze in. There is a draft and I want to equalize the temperature. We use the BFG once, twice, and here comes the biggest choke in all of MyHouse.wad speedrunning. I am unable to eliminate the Archvile, so I rush into the garage and I desperately try to kill an enemy and make a path for myself like a headless chicken. And it is all thanks to an Archvile coming in clutch that I was able to jump over them and exit the garage to make my way back to the gas station. Now, we accidentally hit a car and we accidentally hit a tree. We quickly go to get some plasma cells because we're going to need it, not to eliminate all these enemies, but instead to make a path into the final room of the game, which is coming in just a moment. We make a prodigious entrance into the path leading to the campfire, eliminating the Archvile, and here we go with an 8-minute, 27-second time. There have been records of 7 minutes or even slightly less, but none of these records were made by Mr. Disorder. You are witnessing, in fact, the 100% 8-minute world record of MyHouse.wad.